Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. If my memory serves me right, I remember coming here a year ago maybe. More than that, because I remember this masjid, mashallah. And I remember last time when I was here, it was I think Jummah. And I remember, mashallah. And even now, it gives me a lot of pleasure to see that, mashallah, so many people have gathered. May Allah Rabbul Izzat bless you all. My Sheikh Hassan Abu Nar, inshallah, Ba'da's Isha, my request is to all of you, that please sit down before Ba'da's Isha, and we have a small project, and by as much as Allah gives tawfiq, do make a contribution to it. And you will be very happy to hear the kind of work that by Allah's grace we are doing all over the world. So before Isha, let me just have a few words with all of you. Some of the words that I get to hear from our elders, and may it help all of us. My dear brothers, I was reading one of the bayans of Maulana Yusuf Sahib Rahimullah. He was one of our elders in the work of Tabligh. People in this masjid, do you have an idea what this work of Tabligh is, right? Yeah? Most of you, mashallah. So it was something that I heard, and when I read it, I couldn't sleep the whole night. After reading his bayan, I couldn't sleep the whole night. And I had tears in my eyes for the rest of the night. And I just kept on thinking that whether what all I've been doing in my life, whether it was acceptable in the eyes of Allah or whether it was not acceptable in the eyes of Allah. So these are some of the words that he said, and I'll narrate them to you. He said, if the direction of your effort in your life, if the direction of the effort that you make in your life, if the direction is right, he said, you don't need to make too much effort. By making little effort, Allah will give you what all you want from Allah. Allah will give you everything, if the direction of your effort is right. अगर आपकी जुहद का रास्ता सीधा है, अगर आपकी जुहद का रास्ता सीधा है, तो बहुत थोड़ी मेहनत पर वो सब कुछ मिल जाएगा जिसकी अल्लाह से तमन्ना करते हैं आप और मैं. And then he said, if the direction is not right, you will end up making so much effort, and the gains will be very little. Right? The gains will be. पीछे नहीं आ रही आवाज? What about now? अब ठीक है? अब ठीक है? So what is the most important thing? وَأَلَّيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. You will get only according to the effort that you make. This is the rule of Allah in this world. बच्चा रोए नहीं तो माँ दूध भी नहीं पिलाती. So the child also has to make that particular effort. But is my effort in the right direction? Is my effort what is required of me? Is it making Allah happy? Or am I basically just wasting my time in this world? You remember, we have any engineers or college students sitting here, you will know that when we used to do our papers, the questions and the numericals that we used to get. Answer was not the most important thing. Method, how did you do this? How did you arrive to this answer? The teacher always used to see the method of the numerical. This is what I remember studying in Pakistan in my pre-engineering times, So my teacher used to say, answer is not important. If your answer is incorrect, you will probably just lose half a mark or maybe 1 mark. I will only see the method. And if your method is incorrect, even if your answer is right, you're going to get 0 out of it. So, like there was this Sahabi. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is sitting amongst his Sahaba Kiram, and there is this Sahabi. Before he enters the masjid, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, a Jannati is about to enter the masjid. So all the Sahabas, their priority was always the akhirah. So they were like, who is about to enter the masjid? So they see an Ansari Sahabi, he walks in, and he has no idea that, the Prophet of Allah just says something like this. So he came in, he put his shoes somewhere, water was dripping off his body, of the wuzu that he had performed. He came and he sat in one part of the masjid. And Salah went. Second day, similarly, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam again said, a Jannati is about to enter the masjid. Sahaba immediately turned around and they saw the same Sahabi entering, and this happened 3 times. After the 3rd time, there was this Sahabi who was the son of Hazrat Amr bin al-As, his name was Abdullah. He said to himself, I fast the whole day, and I do Qiyamul Layl almost the whole night, and I'm doing it every day. How come the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never said something like this to me? I have to see what this Maulana or what this Sahabi does. I have to go and find out. So he came out of the masjid and he said, Hazrat, I have a little dispute with my father and I'm not going home. Can I spend 3 nights at your house? He said, Ahlan wa sahlan, most welcome, come in. Direction of effort. Direction of effort. So he goes in to his house, and when he sleeps, at night, Abdullah bin Amr, he just removes his blanket a little just to see what is this uncle of mine doing. So this Ansari Sahabi, and as the night begins, Ba'da Isha, he goes to his bed, Allahumma bismika amutu wa ahya, and he goes to sleep. And he sleeps the whole night, and he is, trying to see what is he doing the whole night. And when the azan of Fajr comes in, he just wakes up, Alhamdulillah allazi ahyana ba'da ma amatana wa ilayhi nushur. Goes, performs his wuzu and goes to the masjid. He says he slept the whole night. Where is the tahajjud? And then he tries to follow him the whole day. He's just like, like a normal person. If he has to go for his business, he goes for his business. If he has to do other things, he does other things. He says probably next day he'll do something even more strenuous. Second day again, Allahumma bismika amutu wa ahya, and goes to sleep. Exactly the same thing. And the 3rd night, exactly the same thing. So after the 3rd night, a young man, he is just brimming of wanting to know what the hell is going on. And he says, Ya Hazrat, oh my uncle, please, 3 times you came to the masjid, and I was sitting with the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. 3 times he said, a Jannati is coming into the masjid. What is the direction of your effort? You slept the whole night. I am in Qiyamul Layl the whole night. You did not even fast during the day. I fast every day. I never got this basharat from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is the direction of your effort? What do you do? He said, oh my son, nothing like that. I am just like every other normal person. No, there must be, but I don't know. Okay, I'm leaving. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So as he was about to leave, the Ansari Sahabi said, oh my son, stop. Come back. He said, yes, I don't seem to find, I don't do all these efforts that most of the people do, but I do one thing. गौर से सुनिएगा. I do one thing, and that is that before going to sleep every night, I forgive everyone. Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As immediately just said, Allahu Akbar. He couldn't hold it. He said, that's it. This is something that you do and I don't do it, or we don't do it. This is the direction of effort. The right direction of effort in which you don't have to do much. And Allah is already giving you paradise. तो हमारा कसूर, हमें यही नहीं पता हमने मेहनत करनी की तरह. मेहनत का मैदान मैं खुद हूं. I have to make effort on myself. मैं हूं मेहनत का मैदान, और मुझे हर एक में बुराई नजर आती है. ये सब बुरे हैं, मैं कितना अच्छा हूं. So my dear brothers, very, very important. This is very, very important. कि मेरी मेहनत का मैदान क्या है. The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam goes through 3 days of hunger. 3 days of hunger. He is Sarvar-e-Kaunain, Sardar-e-Do Jahan, the leader of the entire mankind. Yeah? The leader of Saqalain. 3 days of hunger. So what does he do? He comes to the masjid. He comes to the masjid and he prays and goes back to the house and asks his beloved wife, Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Aisha, did Allah send something for us to eat? She said no. And he comes back to the masjid and he prays again. And he prays again, makes dua, goes back to his house. Did Allah send something for us to eat? Ya Rasulullah, not as yet. He comes back again to the masjid. 3 times. When he goes back, Sayyidina Aisha says, Ya Rasulullah, Usman came and brought this much meat and this much bread. And he said, next time the Prophet of Allah, if ever he goes through this situation, please inform me. So the Prophet of Allah said, Ya Aisha, why did you not tell Usman that, oh Usman, you did not send something to eat, Allah sent it to us. Now, it was enough for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to just pray once, and all the khazain of the entire universe would have been in his house. But just to teach you and me what is the right direction. What is the right direction? That salah will solve our problems. Now when we say this, wallah, believe me, when we say this even amongst our Muslim brothers, most of the people think, what is this man talking about? If I don't believe that the salah of mine is going to get me food for 2 days, how do I expect to get this Jannah from my 5 times salah? अगर मुझे 2 रोटी के मिलने की उम्मीद नहीं अपनी नमाज से, तो मुझे जन्नत कहां से मिल जाएगी इस नमाज से? हाँ, अल्लाह के नबी का इरशाद है ना, नमाज जन्नत की कुंजी है। कैसे, ये कैसे हो गया? मुझे तो इस नमाज से अपना एक मसला भी हल होता हुआ नजर नहीं आता। आपको एहसास है हम कितने दूर हैं? हाउ फार वी आर फ्रॉम इट, हाउ फार। मैं अपनी बात कर रहा हूं, वल्लाह आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ, कि मुझे अपनी नमाज से अपने मसाइल का हल नजर नहीं आ रहा। 5 basharats that the Prophet of Allah gave. Number 1, Allah will solve all your problems of your rizq. Don't miss your salah deliberately. When you die, you go into the qabr, Allah will make your stay in qabr, will take all the azab away. Don't miss your 5 times salah. Number 3, on the day of Qiyamah in Mahshar, Allah Rabbul Izzat will give your Namai Amal in your right hand. Do not miss your 5 times salah. On the bridge of Sirat, Allah will make you go like in a jiffy, and like lightning. Don't miss your 5 times salah deliberately. And when you will stand in front of Allah, Allah Rabbul Izzat Allah will give you Jannah without any hisab. Don't miss your 5 times salah. Even today when we talk about it, ask yourself, and I ask myself, do I actually believe in what I'm hearing right now? This is how far my effort is from the right direction. Wallah, believe me, the Prophet of Allah won the battle of Badr through his salah. Yes, Sulaiman alayhi salam got his kingdom because of his salah. Isa alayhi salam got his food because of his salah. Musa alayhi salam went to Pharaoh, and Musa alayhi salam gave his dawat, and Allah gave him success because of his salah. आज यकीन नहीं है ना इस बात का, इसलिए अपनी नमाज पर कोई मेहनत नहीं है, अपनी नमाज पर कोई मेहनत नहीं है, ख्याल भी नहीं आता। I came to know about this only yesterday, and since yesterday I was just thinking, are there any doctors sitting here? Any doctors sitting here? I was yesterday with a friend of mine who's a doctor, and he said, Brother Junaid, in these times, for somebody to be a surgeon, he has to clear an exam every year to remain a surgeon, a practicing surgeon. If he's a surgeon even for 30 years in the US, he has to give an exam every day, every year. I couldn't believe it. कि मैंने कहा देखो इसको इसकी मेडिसिन पे कितनी मेहनत करा रहे हैं, इस डॉक्टर से कितनी मेहनत करा रहे हैं. How much effort are they making this doctor do, even though he's a surgeon for the last 30 years. और आज मेरी नमाज, my salah, which is going to solve every single problem of mine, every single problem of mine, my salah, I am not ready to make any effort on it. ये मेरी नमाज अल्लाह के यहाँ मेरे मामलात को हल कराएगी कि नहीं कराएगी? You remember that time when that man came to Sayyidina Abu Darda radiyallahu ta'ala and he said to him, Hazrat, your house is burning. He said, no, my house cannot be burning. He said, Hazrat, your house is burning. He said, no, that's not possible. The third man came, your house is burning. He said, it's not possible. The fourth man came and he said, Abu Darda, actually the fire was pretty vicious. It was coming to your house, but by the time it came to your house, it just fizzled out, extinguished. He says, I knew it. But how come? He said, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had taught me a dua. I actually read that dua in the morning. So I knew everything, my life, my ahl, my family, my wealth, everything is saved. आज यकीन आता है इस बात पर? यकीन आता है आज इस बात पर? अरे नहीं आता, दिल नहीं मानता इस बात पर. I was in 4 months in Raiwind, and I was listening to a bayan of one of the elders, and he said, we go out in the path of Allah and we praise Allah and we praise the Prophet of Allah, so that my heart starts believing that Allah will solve my problem. The day this thing is going to go inside me, from that day onwards my du'as will become powerful. So we go out in the path of Allah and sit with our elders so that our du'as become powerful. हम इस रास्ते में निकलते इसलिए हैं कि ताकि अल्लाह हमारी दुआओं को ताकतवर बना दे। मैं जब दुआ मांगूं तो मुझे यकीन हो कि मेरी दुआ कबूल होगी। तब तो दुनिया में रहने का मजा है ना, तब तो दुनिया में रहने का मजा है जब इस बात का यकीन हो कि दुआ ने कबूल हो जाना है। वरना दुनिया में रहने का क्या मजा है, क्या मजा है दुनिया में रहने। सुबह होती है, शाम होती है, जिंदगी जो ही तमाम होती है। When I know that when I will raise my hands and when I will make my dua, this dua will be accepted. ये हर हालत में ये दुआ कबूल होगी। May Allah make this life such beautiful for us. अजान अभी करेंगे यार, जिसने पढ़नी बोलनी है उसको तो करने दो, तुम कहां से बीच में बोले यार। 8 बजे कर लेना अजान, फिर खड़ा कर देना लोगों को पीछे। उन्हें प्रॉब्लम नहीं, आपको प्रॉब्लम है। हाँ, 8 बजे नमाज पढ़ेंगे, सारे परेशान मत हो, नमाज सबकी होगी। इस मस्जिद में आ गए हो तो पढ़ भी लोगे, ठीक है जी, ठीक है जी। 8:15 सुना है कि 8 बजे पढ़ेंगे, 8 बजे पढ़ेंगे, ठीक है, 8 बजे पढ़ेंगे। अजान देकर खड़े हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। फिर इंशाल्लाह शेख बात करेंगे अजान के इशा के बाद। तो मेरे अजीज दोस्तों, माय डियर ब्रदर्स, प्लीज थिंक अबाउट इट and trust me, Allah will make this life so beautiful for you. Make an effort on your salah. किसी अल्लाह वाले को नमाज पढ़ के देखो, हजरत मेरी नमाज बताइए कैसी है। हाँ, और रातों को सोने से पहले सबको माफ करके सोना है। करेंगे ऐसे? हाँ, लेकिन अगर रिश्तेदारों में करेंगे तो नाक कट जाएगी। अब क्या करें? हाँ, अब क्या करें? अगर चाचे के बेटे को माफ कर दिया तो मेरी नाक कट जाएगी। सबसे बड़ा बहादुर वो है जो अपने रिश्तेदारों के साथ अच्छा ताल्लुक रखता है, दोस्तों के साथ नहीं। दोस्तों की तो जरूरत पड़ती है, नॉट जस्ट विद योर फ्रेंड्स बट विद योर रिलेटिव्स। रिश्तेदारों के साथ जो अच्छा ताल्लुक रखता है वो सबसे बड़ा बहादुर है। खाला की बेटी को तलाक हो गई, खाला की बेटी को तलाक हो गई, आखिरी बार आपने कब उस बेचारी को पैसे भेजे घर? फुफ्फी की बेटी को तलाक हो गई, 3 बच्चे हैं उसके, आखिरी बार कब पैसे भेजे उसको? चचा का लड़का लॉस्ट हिज जॉब, अच्छा हुआ, नीचे ही रहे हमसे तो बेहतर है। आखिरी बार कब पूछा उसको तेरी रात और दिन कैसे गुजर रहे हैं? मेरे अजीज दोस्तों, ये वक्त का बहादुर है जो ये काम कर रहा है। अब दुआ मांगो, मैं देखता हूं कैसे कबूल नहीं होती। एफर्ट इन द राइट डायरेक्शन, Allah will make your life a source of hidayah for everyone. People will envy your beautiful life. ठीक है, इन लोगों को पैसे देना बहुत अच्छा है, ये जो काम कर रहे हैं बहुत अच्छा है, लेकिन पहला हकदार आपके चचा का लड़का है, आपके ताया की बेटी है, ये पहले हकदार हैं। आपका भाई है, आपकी बहन है, ये पहले हकदार है। कब पूछा इनको? आखिरी मरतबा। इन बातों का ख्याल रखिए। अमेरिका में रहेंगे, आपकी औलाद, अल्लाह इसको ऐसे ट्रेन करेगा, ये आपकी आंखों की ठंडक बन जाएगी। अगर ना बनी तो गर्दन पकड़ लेना मेरी आंख। In 2005, I remember, 2006, I remember, when I had left music, I really had nothing else. I was going through a very tough time in life because that was my livelihood. So a Jamaat was made, and we, for 7 months to go to Europe. So my Amir came to me and he said, "You have to come." I said, "Sheikh, it's very difficult for me. I have a young wife and my children, and I have no really source." He said, make this niyat. Oh Allah, I am going in your path for the betterment of the children of my fellow Muslim brothers. You take care of my children and read this dua. What is this dua? Sheikh, if I make a mistake, help me. Allahumma hawwin alayna safarana haza watwi anna bu'da. Allahumma anta sahibu fi safari wal khalifatu fil ahli. What beautiful words. Wa a'udhu bika min watha'i safari wa ka'abatil manzar wa su'il munqalabi wal mali wal ahli wal walad. Make this dua right now and come with me. And then see how Allah will make your children like the coolness of your eyes. तो बच्चे हम थोड़ी ट्रेन करते हैं, हम बच्चे ट्रेन करते हैं, हमसे क्या बच्चे ट्रेन हो सकते हैं? तुम्हारे वक्त की तरह तुम लोगों को बच्चे ट्रेन करने का। तुम अल्लाह के फरमा बरदार बनो, अल्लाह इनको तुम्हारा फरमा बरदार बना देगा। 100% ऐसा ही होगा। मैं अल्लाह का नाफरमान, मेरी औलाद मेरी नाफरमान। मैं अल्लाह को वक्त नहीं देता, वो मुझे वक्त नहीं देते। Effort in the right direction, my dear brothers. बस ये मेरी आपसे दरखास्त है। And then you won't have to do much. थोड़ा ही करो, इतना करोगे इतने रिजल्ट मिलेंगे, वरना इतना करोगे ये इतना रिजल्ट मिलेगा, इतना सा रिजल्ट मिलेगा। करते करते पूरी जिंदगी ख्वार हो जाओ, कुछ हाथ नहीं आएगा। ये मैं अपनी जिंदगी का तजर्बा बता रहा हूं आपको, क्योंकि मैंने आई हैव सीन बोथ साइड्स ऑफ द रोड। ये इधर भी देखा है और इधर भी देखा है। आई हैव सीन बोथ साइड्स ऑफ द रोड। मेहनत उधर भी बहुत की, बहुत मेहनत की उधर भी। हाँ, एंड टुडे आई हैव एब्सोल्युटली नो रेमिनेंट्स ऑफ दैट लाइफ। Can't see. Sometimes people come up to me and they tell me that we saw you 15 years ago, 20 years ago in that concert. I just blankly look at their face because I don't remember anything of the past, because it really wasn't worthwhile for me to remember anything in that part of my life. So probably Allah has just taken that chip out of it. And look, when I come back, the moment I entered this masjid, all the flashbacks just came back. And I remember, oh yes, it was a Friday when I came here. And I remember the people. I remember this gentleman's face who was sitting over here. And there are 2-3 other faces I remember. When I saw them, I remembered even the faces. कि मैंने इनका भी चेहरा देखा, इसका भी चेहरा देखा। तो बुराई का सबसे बड़ा नुकसान क्या है? बुराई का सबसे बड़ा नुकसान क्या है कि उसका मजा थोड़ी देर का होता है और वबाल हमेशा का होता है। और नेकी की सबसे बड़ा अजर क्या है कि उसकी जोहद शुरू में थोड़ी सी होती है, लेकिन उसका अजर हमेशा का होता है। बुराई आपको जब याद आएगी, आप मुसलमान की औलाद हो, बुराई जब भी याद आएगी, whenever you will remember something wrong that you've done, you will feel bad inside your heart. नेकी जब भी याद आएगी, whenever you will remember a good deed that you have performed, you will always feel good inside your heart. That's the difference. Allah bless you all for sitting here and listening to me, because I had come from so far away. Wallah, believe me, I've really come from so far away. This friend of mine was about to kill us all, the way he was driving on the motorway. Allah saved us. But I'm so happy, so glad to be here. Now we can do our azan, and ba'das azan, our Sheikh is here. Please sit us, give us 10 minutes ba'das Isha. Allah bless you all. Subhanak Allahumma wa bihamdika, wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun alal mursaleen. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.